Welcome to How Good Is. We're going to talk about Himena. Now you might remember Toka, who was the Magus leader that tried to basically kill everyone in Kamihama while spouting crazy shit about Miyuka supremacy. Well, now we have Himena, who is the Neo-Magus leader, who is trying to kill everyone in Kamihama while spouting some Miyuka supremacy shit. I feel like we've done this before. But I guess that's why it's called Neo-Magus, so we're just going to have a retread of basically the entire core of what happened in Arc 1, but it's okay. She's just our little war criminal right here, and we're gonna talk about what she's actually like as a gameplay character, aside from a story character that I basically just described. Although I will add one thing. If Himena was ever tried in The Hague, she would probably just tell the jury, well, the Geneva Conventions only apply to humans, and since I'm above humans, that means I didn't actually technically commit war crimes. And then probably smile at the camera like, oh. But what's she like as a character in gameplay? She's got 3 XL, she's a water character. She, at first glance, looks like someone who's going to be there for the Kimochi. The Kimochi has already been shown in the news. It's gonna happen on the 30th or something. 31st, I don't actually know. And similar to Rena, who was just announced in that same news as well, it looks like she is going to be a top Kimochi character, but is she actually? Could there maybe be something that could stop her from being a top Kimochi character? So since she's a support type, her stats aren't the greatest. Her HP is at least alright, but at least with being support type, she has the good excel bonuses for attacking, which is kind of what you want. If we take a quick look at her connect, we've got attack up, and we see something that we're going to see a lot of. Aqua attribute attack up, because we're gonna see a lot of it, okay? That we're gonna have so much aqua attribute attack up. But just the connect itself basically means that on anyone that isn't an aqua type, this connect does basically nothing. Like 40% attack up is kind of like the baseline. You expect most connects to have something like this, but on top of that, it only has the aqua attack up, so you need to play around an aqua team. And then we have the Magia, which is basically just her connect as a Magia. Let's just jump straight to the double, because you're basically always gonna double with her. We have attack up with aqua attribute attack up, which is basically, like I said, just her connect. But then we get defense up, which, why? Did we really need this? Did we really need the defense up on here? This is the first sort of sign that maybe something is not quite right. So imagine yourself doing a Kimochi. You're going to use this doppel. You're going to give yourself the attack up. Now when you give everyone the attack up, the thing is you're probably already going to have some attack up from your Memoria. You're going to have some passive attack up, maybe you even have some active attack up, doesn't really matter. But the point is you're going to have some attack up. You're going to have maybe other characters on the team using doppels, and maybe those other characters doppels are also going to buff some attack up. A lot of doppels really do buff attack up to people, so it's really easy to get a lot of attack up. And since you only can get up to 100%, at some point you're going to hit the maximum. At some point you're going to hit so much attack up that you just can't get any more attack up, and it happens really fucking fast. If you connect to someone else, or rather you doppel, right, you give everyone the attack up, and then you connect to someone, they're already at 90% attack up out of the 100% you can possibly have. So it's extremely easy to cap on attack up with this doppel. Okay, what else do we have? The aqua attribute attack up. It's only 25%, and this is the only other effect on here, because the other secondary effect is defense up. Why defense up? Who needs defense up on an aqua offensive Magia team? I don't know, but the point is this kind of wastes her entire potential, because after you've doppeled once, this doppel buffs aqua attribute attack up and nothing else, which is kind of bad that it only has this one effect and it's only 25%. Here's the thing. Here's a change, a very simple change that would actually immediately make her so much better. Swap the percentages around. Give it 25% attack up and 50% aqua attack up. That would already solve those problems, because you wouldn't immediately hit the attack up cap, and you would actually get a lot more out of repeatedly doppling. But it doesn't end quite there, because let's take a look at her spear enhancement. Most of these don't really do that much. We have Excel up, that's nice. Damage cut, sure. Skill quicken, cool. Every support needs skill quicken. Anti-charm, whatever. Regenerate MP. Okay, so we get some MP from battle start, so it makes it easier to double. Okay, we're gonna have some MP start. It's not a lot. 9 is like, it's not that much. It's not that much really. But if you have some MP, I think Kazumi, like regular Kazumi, has 9 MP every turn. Every turn, like not just the first 3 turns. What else we have? We have attack up to everyone on the first 5 turns of a battle. Now Kimochi only lasts for 6 turns, so it doesn't really matter. Like 5 turns or 6 turns, not that much of a difference. So it basically lasts for the entire Kimochi battle, where everyone's gonna have 15% aqua attack up. That's great. You kind of really want this. But why should she stick around, right? Then she also gives everyone with her active, and this is kind of funny, 5% damage up and 7.5% Magia up, which is also not a lot. She like doesn't really give a lot of that. Why couldn't it be more? Like double of all, like 10% damage up and like 15% Magia damage up. This would still not be overpowered. So why is it half of something that's not overpowered? I don't know why it has to be this little. And now we are basically at the end of her kit. The only thing that she has left is her personal whips, which just makes her double more at the beginning. Okay, so you do this and you start the battle with 15% full MP bar, which is like 22.5 MP if you have double ready unlocked. So together with the 9 MP you get from the regeneration, you do at least get to double a lot faster than maybe some other characters do. But still, like I said, after the first double you don't really do that much, which kind of makes you think, if after the first double this one doesn't really do that much because you're already at the attack cap and you're only getting 25% of attack up for aqua and nothing else because fucking defense, and you also start the battle with aqua attribute attack up, the idea becomes, why not just have her level 1, like a level 1 character in Kimochi who dies on the first turn? Wouldn't that be fucking fantastic? You could have her double as well, right? You either you just take her with you and then just let her die, or you take her with you and then she just doubles immediately if you like go into the battle with a bunch of MP. She doesn't even need to go into the battle with 150 MP because she gets 22.5 MP for entering the battle with her personal, if you do give her that. So you can enter the battle as level 1, use the double immediately, and then just have her die immediately on turn 1. And she has given everyone already the attack up, the aqua attribute attack up, and she's given everyone the aqua passive from there. That sounds pretty darn nice. So I can definitely see her having some impact on Kimochi, but overall, her active is way weaker than it should be. Her passives, apart from these two, which still are kind of undercooked in my opinion, are not that great. Her connect is only good on an aqua team, so if you take it anywhere outside of Kimochi, you have to play an aqua team, or otherwise it's just fucking nothing. And even on an aqua team, it's great, but we could still do more, I feel like. And the double has an absolutely wasted effect, another effect that becomes wasted basically after the first time you use it, so on the second time it's already pointless. So what does all of this mean if we bring it back together to one coherent review on this unit? She's fantastic in aqua teams. She's actually fantastic in aqua teams, but when we talk about Kimochi, will she actually be a top Kimochi unit used by the best whales? Maybe as a level 1 sacrifice, maybe on battle 1 together with Anime Reina. I don't know. Maybe we don't know. But it's not looking that great, to be honest. It's looking like she might be a character that might have some fringe uses here and there. Maybe we don't know. We need to actually see the Kimochi. But the Kimochi releases after this gacha ends, so you can't wait to see if she's gonna work with the Kimochi and only then decide to roll. You have to roll now and then later see how whales are doing with this. But here's the thing that I said with Anime Reina as well. If you're not a whale, does any of this actually matter? Probably not. If you're an average player, which I keep saying, but if you're watching this video, you're probably an average player. You're not someone who puts $1,000 into this game every month. Probably. I say probably. So if you're like an average player, I would say if you want to rank really highly on this Kimochi, you should definitely pick up Himena, right? Even if she's not top 1 rank for the best 100 whales in the entire game, she's still gonna be so fucking good for Ruby Kimochi that you probably want to pick her up if you want to do well in Ruby Kimochi. Now, outside of Ruby Kimochi, if you want to do anything else with her, you have to play her in an Aqua team, which already fucking sucks, because there's not that much content in the game where going mono element, like one of the weaker element, where mono weaker element actually matters. And weaker element is Aqua, Fire, and Forest, because they're the ones that have one-sided weaknesses, while the stronger elements are light and dark. And then there's Void, which does random shit. We don't care about Void. Okay, let's imagine like Void doesn't exist. But the point is, if you're light or dark, you don't have to worry about weaknesses. But if you're one of the weaker elements like Aqua, you have to worry about there being weaknesses that you do fuck all damage to, and that will do crazy damage against you. So waves like that are going to be really, really hard. If you take her into 100 evils and say, I want to play an Aqua team, 100 evils. Well, if there's just one wave with a really, really strong forest unit, or multiple of them, maybe there's multiple waves of forest units even, what the fuck are you gonna do about that? You're gonna have to somehow bash through that, in which case, if you're gonna put yourself on the back foot fighting against such a weakness, why not just play a dark or light team in the first place, right? Like, if you're gonna go through all of that and say, oh no, I'm gonna try as hard as possible to smash my way through this forest unit with my Aqua units, it's gonna be really hard, but I'm gonna do it because I want to play an Aqua team. You're gonna have an easier time just playing a light team or a dark team, right? And if you want to say, oh, that's why I put a fire unit on my team, because with this fire unit, I'm gonna put a Kyoko on my team, and this Kyoko is gonna be able to deal with the forest waves. But then you've just introduced someone to your team who doesn't get buffed with all of these bonuses. That Kyoko in this example is not receiving any of these bonuses, which fucking sucks. In which case, if he doesn't receive any of the bonuses, why use Himena? Why use Himena if you're gonna have people on your team that don't even benefit from her? So overall, she kind of sucks anywhere outside of Kimochi, because either you resort yourself to having to smash through one-sided weaknesses, which fucking suck, or you play some sort of mixed team, in which case she's not going to be good. So overall, play her in Kimochi to get a good rank. Don't expect her to be the end-all be-all of Ruby forever. She has some pretty noticeable weaknesses, with her just being very one-note. But that said, she comes with a Memoria in her gacha. What does Memoria do? It has attack up and damage cut. Is this the one I was thinking of? This is big. Hold up. Is this the one I'm thinking of? Doesn't she come with her passive? Nope, never mind. I thought she came with her passive. Oh, it was the came with her passive. I'm sorry. So yeah, we have attack up here, 30% for 3 turns, and damage cut. And attack up 30%, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, right? But damage cut? I kind of feel like we're getting a repeat of what we saw from just Himena, where Himena was, hey, we have something that's really darn good, like the Aqua attack up, but then we're also gonna have like the defense up, which is why would we even need that? Why would we even need the defense up? And it's kind of like this as well. It's like her double as an active, where we have an effect that we really want, and then another effect that we don't give a shit about. That said, 30% attack up for 3 turns is really good. It's really good. But do you really need to have this Memoria? Maybe not, maybe not. Maybe you don't really need to have the Memoria, to be honest. But if you do get it, it's fine. It's fine. This is one of those Memoria where even if it's not max limit break, it's still really, really good, because you can skip from normal effect to MLB effect. It's only like a tiny increase. So even if you get just one copy of this, it's already gonna be really fucking good, to be honest. But it's not going to be amazing. Like, you have, if you've been playing for a while, you probably have an MLB of either the Yachio Memoria, Flowerfield Memoria, or the Iroha Flowerfield Memoria, which is basically the same. So you don't really need this one if you have either of those at MLB, because they basically do the same. And also, the last thing I would give to you before we move on is that Himena is straight, she's heterosexual, and as someone from the Madoka community, I cannot be okay with someone who's straight. Just kidding. Just kidding. That, I'm shitting myself. So anyway, this was the how good I almost said this was the My Breaking News, but because I've recorded the My Breaking News literally 5 minutes before this. This was another how good is. Always enjoy this. Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and I'll see you guys next time.